What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Shay Renee, and today we are going to get into this episode of Love and Marriage DC. Y'all know I'm a DC native, born and raised. I don't live exactly in DC because, listen, it is expensive. So I live on the outskirts, but your girl grew up there. So this series is very, very special to me. So I love to see them progressing every week. So let's get into this episode 4 of Love and Marriage DC, shall we? All right, y'all. My intro, I don't know what be happening. It'd be freezing and on my screen, and I be thinking it's over, and it's not, and it is. I don't know. But anyway, let's get into this review, y'all. So, in this episode, it starts off with Winter and the ladies still at the table, pretty much talking about all of the foolishness, if you will, about Winter's crazy marriage, and her and Ashley still kind of going back and forth. Um, Oh no, y'all, we are not talking about Atlanta. Let's get into the episode that we're actually on. Where are we? Here we go. All right. So Ashley and Winter are still going back and forth. Winter says she would like her to get to know her outside of her two marriages, basically telling Ashley, listen, stop judging me by my two previous marriages and get to know me as an individual person. But I can see where Ashley is coming from too, because it's like, Winter, honey, ever since you came on the scene with the gangster lean and the shaved sides, you've been talking about your marriage the whole time, sis. So that's pretty much all we know you for. Like, we found out late in the last episode that Chaz was a relationship therapist. So nobody knew a lot of this stuff about you, period, in the beginning. So it's like you're kind of leading with your marriages for people to get to know you. So it's kind of hard to lead with that, and then not expect people to talk about it. And I think that Winter talks about that stuff for shock value, much like her hair. So moving on. Ashley says she looks forward to getting to know her beyond her marriages. And Arena and Tasha say that Monique will want them all to know each other and get along so they can move forward. So Arena says, Arena starts talking about her relationship with Jamie, and they talked about infidelity and how they both have done things. And Ashley says the same thing. She's like, everybody experiences different situations and different trials and tribulations in their marriage. And, nothing is going to come easy being married for 10 plus years. So, Ashley says when you're married over 10 years, there are always rumors that will be out there. But if she doesn't see it with her own two eyes, then she's not here for it. So basically, I guess she having the Letitia Scott mindset where it's like, if I don't see it, it ain't happening in front of me, I ain't talking about it. But I don't think, honestly, I can't really say that because Arena, I'm pretty sure if it was something happening where it's like people posting stuff on the internet and doing all these extra crazy things to show that Jamie was actually doing something that she needed to pay attention to, I'm sure she would. But, just kind of speculation of him being a club promoter and things like that. You're out here around all these women. It's not hard to see where she could possibly think that something is going on or just merely question it. So all the ladies are talking and they're kind of, meshing better and getting to know one another and sharing and pairing and sharing stories. And they end up having a toast on building better friendships because Ashley pretty much said, listen, I don't need no new friends. I'm Drake with it. I no new friends, sis. But Winter says, okay, building a new friendship. We are not all besties yet, but let's say we're building a friendship. And they toast to that. So in the next scene, it's a quick clip of Monique and Chris in Africa, showing them kind of doing their thing with some footage, and then it goes to Arena talking to her son Jason. So I love seeing Jason. Like Jason, he's seen washing his clothes on his own. Like I love, love, love seeing him like reaching beyond his disability. Like he really, really wants to be independent. He's 21 years old. He wants to live his life, and he has a very supportive family. Jason is Arena's youngest son, and he is blind. But he's navigating life and just trying to do his own thing and find his own way. So he's shown going to the laundry room, taking his clothes, and going back in his room. His grandmother comes in there, Arena's mom, trying to get him to help her set up his Apple Watch, which I thought that was so stinking cute. Like, you know how your mama, like, I know I'm probably going to do it to my son too, child. I'm 37, my son is 5, but I'm pretty sure that when he gets older, I'm going to be like, show me how to do this, son, or, whatever. So I love to see the grandma going in there, and he's so smart that she's even going to a blind person to show her how to get her phone hooked up to her Apple Watch that she just got. So I just thought that was so cute. So as they're in the midst of this, Arena comes into Jason's room and she's like, "What are y'all doing?" And the grandmother says, "Well, I'll come back later after y'all finish talking." So they sit down, and Jason pretty much confides in his mom and says, "Dad wants me to go to this DJ school, and that's just not, that's just not my love language right now. That's not something that I really am interested nor in wanting to do right now." And Arena is like, "Well, just tell your dad that that's how you feel." And Jason is like, I don't want to tell him. I want you to tell him." And it just seems like this is a trend with their children where they don't feel like Jamie, Arena's husband, is listening to them. Like, I feel like Jamie, he's a good dad. He only wants the best for his children. But sometimes as parents, we have to be more mindful of opening our ears and opening our eyes and our hearts to what our children want and listening to them, because we are so hell bent on making sure that we give them the best and give them more than what we had in life as kids, that we're not really listening to them. And I think that Jamie has shown throughout this series that he has a real issue with actually listening and really taking heed to what somebody is saying to him, because I think that he has it in his mind what he wants for his children, but he's not really paying attention to what they actually need. Okay. So, he's Jason is opening up to Arena. Arena's encouraging him to speak to his dad about how he's feeling. But she says, "Listen, I'm going to get this dinner together. At the dinner, I want you to go ahead and talk to your dad about pretty much what you're feeling and let him know that you don't want to go to the DJ school and you are more than capable of telling him this on your own." Okay. So he says, "Okay, whatever." So moving right along, in the next scene, they go into Arena meets with Winter for drinks. Now, this is a cute little spot that they're at. I think I can't remember the name of it. I did look it up. Child, it was so cute. I actually showed it to my husband, and I was like, "We're gonna go here and have dinner and have some." It's like a little game place or whatever. But anyway, y'all ain't trying to hear about my daggone business. Moving on. So they talk about they Winter and Arena meet up, and the first thing that Arena asks is, how does Winter feel about Ashley, and does she think that the issues with them have been resolved? And Winter is just like, "You know what? Why are we sitting here talking about the situation with Ashley? If you want to get to know me, I want you to get to know me for me. Like, I don't want to be sitting here talking about my issues with Ashley." And I feel like, she's playing both sides. Winter pretty much said this in her confessional. And here's my thing. I don't think that Arena is playing both sides. I think she's simply asking you a question. Y'all said y'all trying to get to know each other and whatnot. Y'all just had this dinner not even 1 to 2 nights ago. She's just asking from what y'all previous encounter was, how she felt about the resolution. And also, Arena has said it in her confessional that she doesn't think that Ashley is a mean girl. So, she just wants to see some resolve going on with the women, because obviously this is a brand new friend group and they all gonna have to get along being on this show together. So Winter shed some light on how she feels regardless of what she thinks Arena's intentions are. And she said that Ashley apologized to her, and she's optimistic about it, But however, she hopes that in the future she will have some sensitivity to other people's issues, which I agree. I think that Ashley had a bit too many emotions about somebody else's marriage that doesn't have anything to do with her. However, I think she's basically reacting off of what Winter is giving. Like, you're giving out all this information that is, quite frankly, very weird. Nobody can understand. I mean, nobody in their right mind thinks that her situation is easy. But they also are going to question it because it's also very weird. So I don't know. I'm interested to see how that relationship evolves over time. And obviously, it ain't evolved too nicely because we see other scenes with somebody about to go to blows, child. But let's move on. So Arena says, "I know you're tired of us talking about Kevin." And that's Winter's soon to be ex-husband at this point. And Winter says she's just looking forward to moving on with her life, and that's leaving that in the past. So they begin to talk about Arena and Jamie's sex life and, her inboxing other men, because Winter said, "Well, I remember in the conversation at the table that you said that there's been, situations outside of the marriage on both parts. So basically, what was you doing, Arena?" And Arena basically, she agrees that she was the one inboxing other men. It never led to anything. It's not like she was going on dates or she had any sexual relationships with anybody else. It's just that she didn't feel like she was getting enough attention from Jamie, and that she saw him going to the clubs and all this, that, and the third, being this party promoter. She just assumed that he was out here doing stuff, so she just did it for attention, inboxing these other guys. But again, nothing came of it, according to her. So she never physically cheated. Then Arena says she feels like if Jamie cheated, it would be sort of her fault because she don't be giving up the box. She don't be giving him no sex. So I'm just like, Arena, listen, you got this bomb ass body. I know your husband wants to be all over you. Like, what is going on where you don't want to give this man no booty, sis? What is going on? Like, y'all been married for so long. Granted, I get it. Y'all been married for 26 years at this point. Y'all probably been together for over 30 years. Like, I get it. Being with the same person for a long time, I'm pretty sure that's a lot. I've been with my damn husband for 19 years now, married for 9 in October. And I get it. Like, sometimes it's like, listen, can you warm me up a little bit before we try to get to getting? Or there's going to be lags where you're feeling like you are unappreciated or whatever. But that's times where you need to have these conversations and make it very evident that your feelings need to be heard and understood, and that he needs to basically pay attention to you and satisfy your needs, because clearly that's not happening if you don't really have the drive like you used to. So she said, he doesn't do enough foreplay for her, so her drive is low, which is what I was just talking about. So Winter recommended a sex therapist, which I think is a good idea. I actually hope that they bring the therapist on the show, child, because I want to see who it is. I live in the area. Hell, I might call them too, child. Moving on. Arena and Jamie sit down for dinner with their family with all three of their kids. And Arena basically tells Jamie that, their son really isn't interested in going to DJ school or whatever. So Jamie speaks up. So Arena tells Jamie Jason doesn't want to go to DJ school and he feels pressured by Jamie to do it, but he doesn't want to do it. So Jason speaks up and says he's more focused on his education and independent living, not DJing. So Jamie, the dad, says he wants to brag about his son and give him an opportunity to do big things. He's like, I have this opportunity. We have this friend in Quicksilver. Like, I want to help provide opportunities that's going to help you be a big name. Like, how great would it be that you, with your disability, overcoming all these obstacles, and then you become this world renowned like DJ or whatever? That's going to be a huge thing, don't you think? And so Jason's like, that's not really what I'm trying to do. I want to go to school and I could work for Apple. Like, I want to work for Apple or work in computers or do something like I love to do. And Jamie says if he wants to get girls, DJing is the younger son. Jamie says if you want to get girls, DJing is where it's at. Because Jason was like, yeah, I want to meet the ladies, and he says something like that in a previous episode. So his older brother, of course, he's probably had candid conversations with him. He's like, listen, being a DJ, that's where you're gonna get the ladies at. Like trying to encourage him to do it if he's like saying he doesn't want to do it necessarily because he's scared, or is it that he just really doesn't want to do it? So then their daughter speaks up, and their daughter Brittany says, I'm actually proud of Jason for speaking up because and standing up for himself and telling you guys what he wants to do, because I feel like I've always just pretty much done what y'all told me to do, and I haven't yet found my purpose. Like, I just feel like I was just living my life according to what my parents said and just doing what I need to do to stay out of trouble, but I really have not found what I really really want to do for myself, to be honest. So then Jason says, I just want to go to school. I don't want to do any of this stuff. I don't even want to talk about it. So Arena says, she said, well, Jason, do you just want to try the DJ school and see if you like it? And Jason consistently says, I don't want to do it. So then Jamie says, well, I'm out of it. Let him do whatever he wants. Okay. So he done pretty much just got upset and said whatever. Typical dads, being pig-headed, don't want to listen, whatever. But all in all, I can see that Jamie really just wants the best for his kids, and he's starting to realize that he has to cut the umbilical cord and allow them to be who they want to be. So in the next scene, Arena, Jamie, Ashley, and Quick have dinner. So Jamie pretty much starts off the dinner by telling Quick that Jason pretty much doesn't want to go to the DJ school. And Quick kind of got a sense of that the last time that they all met up at the boxing gym. Quick was like, I hope my friend is not trying to force his son to do this, because that's not the right road. That's the wrong road, in my Portia voice, to force your children to do something that they don't want to do. And he pretty much tells Jamie that. He's like, if it's not a passion of his and it's not something that he really, really wants to do, I wouldn't force him to do it, because you're going to force him to be out here doing something that he doesn't really enjoy, and it's not going to make him happy. And so I think Jamie could pretty much digest it more now, I guess, hearing it from somebody else, which I don't get it, how a lot of times we don't hear things when the people closest to us say it, but somebody else say it and it all makes all the sense in the world. So then Arena goes into hold on. Arena starts talking about her dinner with Winter and how Winter recommended a sex therapist. And she says Jamie doesn't give enough foreplay, and he says she doesn't let him eat the box. I'm like, child, you're not letting your husband give you head, honey. Girl. And Jamie, are you doing it wrong? Like, what is going on? Listen, there's a lot of ways to do it wrong, child. Trust and believe, okay? But it's also that a lot of times when you're married, your husband has that come to the party ready mentality where they just, they ready to go and you're not ready, and they don't get it, and they just want to, you know, dump it in and keep on going. And it's like, listen, sir, this is not how it works. You got to warm me up, honey. We can't just be jumping in the bed and then you ready to poke and stroke and then go to sleep. No. And it sounds like that's what Mr. Jamie is doing. Jamie, that's the wrong road, sir. Wrong road. Warm it up, rub it around, lick it a lot, and then you can get all. I bet you it'll be the best sex of your life if you do that. Because when two people are participating, that's what makes it more fun. So she recommends that she wants to try it. She thinks that it'll be something good for them to at least experience the therapist. And Jamie is like, hell no, I won't go. Okay. He's like, I don't need no damn sex therapist. I just need you to comply. So I thought that was funny. I thought it was cute that they were pairing and sharing information. But Jamie looked uncomfortable, and Arena was like, "See, he don't like for me to have conversations like this. Like I could feel him looking at me as if I'm talking too much." And they talked about that in their confessional, where she even said in the confessional she could hear him, like feel him thinking she was saying too much. But here's the thing, y'all are now on a reality TV show. Like, this is real life. Y'all could be really helping other people, because it's a lot of people out here pretending like they having all these rump sessions in the bedroom, or their sex life is so amazing. If this sex therapist works for y'all and y'all been married for damn near 30 years, y'all could be saving people's marriage at this point, because there's so many people living in denial in their marriage, acting like they happy and whatnot, and they not really happy. and they don't really have the tools or know how to fix it. So all of these issues that y'all are going through and we're watching you navigate it on TV, this could really be helping somebody else. So it's not nothing to be private and shy about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's this is something really good to like share. And don't be doing all that. Y'all on TV now. Come on, Jamie, get your life. So moving on. In this next scene with Chris and Monique, this kind of irritated me a bit. Like, let me start this off by saying I do love me some Monique Samuels, but I can't lie and say that I don't think that she is not doing the most. Like, Monique, you are doing the absolute most with Chris right now. Like, literally. And it's just really sad to see how she's breaking him down like this. And it's just one of those things where, with women in general, in relationships with men, and I see this constantly, where women somehow expect a man to read your mind, or we expect them to be just so emotionally available, like spilling their like wearing their heart out loud all the time. Men are not like that. Now if you're not feeling fulfilled, or you don't feel, you have to be able to put into words what you want from him. I have not seen anything that makes sense from her. Like, I don't even know what she wants. Like, I just don't get it. It's just not, it's giving I'm trying to find something to be pissed at you about. And I really hope that she's not doing some Ashley stuff where it's like, oh, my 10-year contract is up. Let me go ahead and get on up out of here, child. I hope that ain't what she's doing, because I think that her and Chris have a really, really good, partnership and a good relationship. I think they genuinely love each other and they actually make a really, really great couple. I just hope that she's not ruining it thinking that it's something better out here. Because, sis, let me tell you something. It's not. It's a lot of men out here that are wolves in sheep's clothing, okay? You don't need to be trying to get yourself back out here into some BS. Work it out with your husband and stop being so extra. Moving on. So the scene starts with Monique pretty much telling Chris that she got the contract. She got her contract for WPGC, and she's going to be on the radio, which I need to now listen to the radio now that I know that she actually got that job and she's going to be on there, because I don't listen to the radio. I listen to Apple Music. So I'll try to catch the show now on my way to work. Congratulations to you, Monique, for that. But moving on, Monique asked Chris, did he have a spiritual moment in Africa or anything that could improve their marriage? And Chris says, yeah, no, I didn't have a spiritual moment. I mean, we were on vacation. I was just enjoying my family, but whatever. I'm like, what spiritual aha moment did you want him to have, sis? Was there supposed to be some shaman that y'all saw down there that he's supposed to be like, oh, ha ha, ha ha, I have the key to saving my marriage now, Monique. I now know what you need me to do to make you happy. No, that's not realistic. Like, I don't know what Disney movie she's been watching, but that's not realistic. Like, I don't know. I'm frustrated for Chris, frankly, at this point. I just feel like he is being he's trying to be logical about it. And I think as women, we can be very irrational and get emotional and get angry and upset over things. And we don't communicate our feelings well in a way that men can understand it. I think we have a high level of expectation and not enough of a level of explanation, if that makes sense. Okay. So then Monique says, so Chris says Monique is expecting him to have these spiritual moments, but he isn't going to have the same feelings as her or do things the way she wants him to do it, frankly. And Monique says what she has to, she says all the things that she has to say, goes back and forth with him. And then she shuts down. And then Chris asks her about her mom and when she's going to move, just kind of changing the subject and trying to spark conversation, because he sees that Monique kind of has silenced herself for some reason. And then he says, "Well, I guess the scene is over, y'all." And then the episode ends with him talking to a producer about how he's just really tired of walking on eggshells with her, and he just doesn't understand. I think they need a really, really good therapist. Like they need Iyanla to come to their house and fix their life. Like somebody. I really think that their marriage could be saved. I just think that somebody needs to talk to Monique, get her to simmer down a little bit, because she's very obviously very highly heated about something that Chris is doing. I think he's lacking something that she just doesn't know how to communicate to him on what her needs are and what she needs him to do, because there's no way that he can communicate his emotions to her, because in his head everything's going all right. Like he just think that she just got an attitude for some reason, and maybe she hitting early menopause. I don't know what the hell going on, but she is just top tier angry with him all the time, and she just looks at him like she hates him some in some scenes. And I'm just like, damn, sis, it can't be that bad. Like, seriously. Like, y'all need to get it together. So I hope that they find a way to resolve their issues. I did watch a live that they were on the other day. I don't think they didn't resolve shit yet, because she still was looking at him with the stank eye in the video, in the on the live just the other day. So yeah, I think it's some trouble in the in paradise in the Samuels household, and I really, really pray that they get somebody to come and help them communicate better, because they have a huge communication issue. Looks like they have fun together, they love each other, but the communication is lacking, and that could be the nail in the coffin to any relationship, frankly. And I hope that's not the case for the Samuels. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that watches this show too. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.